Venus ingresses into the sign of Scorpio, the Scorpio, influencing everyone in the 8th house of birth, sex, death, and debt. This cosmological arrangement brings forth legal concerns over the most basic of human activities, where the visceral parts of life must be considered and dealt with responsibly. So this, the sort of Scorpio natural 8th house attributes. Now the planetary angel Anael sometimes is assigned to the planet Venus and the Sephirah of Netzach in Kabbalah. Among the order of the Elohim, this attribute of God is evoked during ritual using the God name of Yahweh Zabaoth, or Yod-He-Vav-He Zabaoth. Now the Archangel Anael or Aniel, sometimes called Hanael, being varying names of this divine attribute found in the angelic realm, or dreamy desire in general, and a specific desire of victory is found in the Sephirah of Netzach. Through this is of course in Rosicrucian Kabbalah, and this angel is known as the beauty or grace of God. Again in Kabbalah, Hanael, Anael, Anaphiel, or Hanael or Haniel, is among the angels who helped transport Enoch, the patriarch Enoch, to heaven in the book of Enoch. The Hebrew book of 3 Enoch, or the book of Enoch by R. Ishmael ben Elisha, the high priest. Now in chapter 17, the princes of the 7 heavens, of the sun, moon, and planets, and constellations, and their suites of angels. R. Ishmael said, Metatron the angel, the prince of the presence, the glory of all heaven, said to me, 7 are the princes, the great, beautiful, revered, wonderful, and honored ones who are appointed over the 7 havens. Now the footnotes give a lot of information here. Anaphiel, or Yod-He-Vav-He, that's Anaphiel Yod-He-Vav-He, Makim, the divine majesty, struck me with 60 lashes of fire, and brought with him 60 lashes and hosts of fire. So this is about Anaphiel Yod-He-Vav-He. Now further down in the footnotes it reads, then came Anaphiel. Then it continues and it says the chapter accepts the tradition to which Anaphiel is assigned a position higher than that of Metatron. He is given 6 epithets, exactly as, and then it continues as in, and it goes on to quote other sources. Now, Anael or Hanael is said to hold a high position, being a chief of both the order of virtues as well as principalities. Venus is known as the attribute of God, the morning star, found in Revelation 22:16. I, Jesus, have sent my angel to testify to you these things in the churches. I am the root and stock of David, the bright and morning star. Now we have an Enochian angel prediction, especially for you at the end of this video, so stay right here. Don't go anywhere. Now for Asmodel's love, rapture, and romance transmission, expect a woman born under the sign of Leo to give you pertinent advice this month, especially when it comes to the matter of your love life. That's going to be very important. She has a commanding charisma that is incontrovertible. She likes being boss and is someone who really likes to sort of point her index finger. And please understand that pointing one's index finger is very bad feng shui, especially during the age of Aquarius. Especially if you're still using the old Bagua, Saturnian Bagua, that's just the magic square of Saturn, that you shouldn't be using during the age of Aquarius, because that Saturn is going to be so intense that you're going to end up making it so that you cannot get anywhere in life. So just understand that. So pointing the finger is even worse during the age of Aquarius. And she's going to end up pointing the finger directly at you. So understand how that's going to affect you. Now, she possesses an instinctive understanding of the cause and effect aspects of life, especially in regards to the numinous. And that's sort of the more etheric aspects. Now, being a champion is imperative to her in her very deep down in her very DNA, but she will only make new acquaintances if you catch her alone and by herself. She's locked and loaded in her actions with a great ability to control and manage others. If you don't know how to romance someone that you have your sights set on for marriage, you should consult the Song of Solomon 2:4-5. He brought me into the cellar of wine. He set in order charity in me. Stay me up with flowers. Compass me about with apples, because I languish with love. That's from the Song of Solomon. Now for Asmodee's money and wealth transmission. Be on the lookout for a Capricorn man to offer you a real estate investment deal that will be hard to turn down. You'll look for ways to get money to fund this venture. He will insist is not speculative. That's going to be very important. He'll use his inbred good looks to sway you into his proposal. He's a real heartthrob, ba-boom, ba-boom. With the ladies, understand that, because he turns them on to new and exciting venture capital opportunities, putting forward novel technologies. Exclusive, upcoming, exclusive prospects. That's what he's looking for. He's looking for kind of people, customers or people that he can sway one way or the other. He's looking for people exclusively. He's not looking for a whole bunch of people. He's looking for just a few, good people instead of a whole bunch of people that aren't so great. And this is going to make his funding available only to the lucky few. And this is going to be his forte, making him a veritable man for all seasons, like the cheeky play by Robert Bolt. He speaks well, engaging all kinds of folks from all walks of life. So he's really sort of, again, a man for all seasons from that well-known play. Now, my paternal grandfather used to tell me to give to the poor in all modesty without fanfare. Consider Matthew 6:2. Therefore, when thou dost an alms seed, sound not a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may be honored by men. Amen, I say to you, they have received their reward. Nevertheless, my grandpa used to also say that when we tithe to God, this should be done with a generous spirit. Let us look at Matthew 23:23. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you tithe mint and anise and cumin, and have left the weightier things of the law, judgment and mercy and faith. These things you ought to have done, and not to leave those undone. Now for Asmodee's health and fitness transmission. See into the future of your health and fitness with a woman born under the sign of Aries, who has tried and true health remedies that work every single time. She's easy to see in any crowd because she's the one in front who isn't afraid to get noticed. She is considered extremely confident as well as intuitively intelligent. Possessing a pioneer spirit gives her an efficiency and a lively personality that you just can't beat. Now, being a winner is of great import to her, making her always willing to prove she can outdo you in anything you aspire to be. Use her for motivation for best results this month instead of resenting her if you want to heal any troubles or strengthen any portions of your constitution. My maternal grandmother used to advise me in health from the scripture. We read in the book of Proverbs 16:24-25, well-ordered words are as a honeycomb, sweet to the soul, and health to the bones. Here is a way that seemeth to a man right, and the ends thereof lead to death. So you want to go ahead and pay attention to the first part of this, where honeyed words are much better to the health. Also in Matthew 6:34, be not therefore solicitous for tomorrow, for the morrow will be solicitous for itself. Sufficient for the day is the evil thereof. So you don't have to worry so much about tomorrow because the evils of today are sufficient. Now for this month's Enochian angel prediction. Well, wouldn't you know, we've got a vision of a quick, compliant, and mysterious man born under the sign of Cancer. He's sure to please this month because he's got magnetism. And he's got magnetism through and through. Now people turn to him when he comes back around to say hello to them once he's made sure he has center stage. He loves crowds and can invigorate them by feeding off their energy. And let me tell you that at parties, he's the only one that anyone ever really can notice. Anyone can only see him at parties and gatherings, and that's the only place he wants to be, and that's why other people notice him. Because that's where he wants to be. That's where he's happy. Try not to hold him back. It's not going to happen. He's not going to give in to people who try to stop him. He's just too witty and clever for people with that on their mind. He's always paying attention to things you don't want him to notice, and he certainly doesn't miss anything. He's not going to miss a thing. If you don't want him to see something, that's what he's going to see. Understand that. There's never been a dull moment with this guy. Understand that too. Okay, now, a disclaimer is in order here. High magic can be dangerous. This is intended exclusively for entertainment purposes. Be wise, be well, be all you are meant to be. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Please join us again next month.